Moscow, mid-18th century. Among Russia's high society stood a noblewoman named Darya Nikolayevna Saltykova, later known simply as Saltychikha. A name that would become synonymous with cruelty and fear. Her estate became the stage for a true tragedy. This is a story of brutality, power, and impunity. Until everything spiraled out of control. Saltychikha, the Bloody Lady of Russia. Starting in 1756, Darya Ivanovna turned her estates into living hell. Young women, serf maids, lived in constant terror. For the slightest mistake, be it a dusty floor or a poorly sewn dress, Saltychikha found a reason to punish. She beat them with rolling pins, wooden logs, doused them with boiling water, and scorched them with red-hot tongs. Some maids collapsed in despair, many lost their hair, or consciousness, from the beatings. One servant later testified that the serfs buried the bodies in forests and ponds, trying to cover up the atrocities. The voices of their fear were drowned in silence. The accounts of torture were horrifying in their cruelty. Saltykova forced the maids to stand naked in the freezing cold until they lost consciousness, to haul heavy logs, or to beat other serfs until they could barely stand. She scorched skin with hot tongs, ripped out hair, slammed heads against walls, then, like a mad tyrant, forced her victims back to work despite the agony and exhaustion. Her reasons were absurd: a wrong look, poor cleaning, or simply a desire to exercise power through raw cruelty. Complaints began reaching the authorities, but Saltychikha didn't just ignore them, she crushed the lives of those who spoke out, sending some to exile in Siberia and having others beaten within an inch of their lives. But in 1762, two of her servants, Martinov and Aline, gathered the courage to flee to St. Petersburg. They submitted a petition directly to Empress Catherine II. That marked a turning point. The Empress ordered a full investigation that lasted 6 years. The inquiry uncovered shocking facts: 38 confirmed murders and dozens of cases of brutal torture. Many of the victims were women and girls, some as young as 10 or 12. The prosecution exposed a corrupt system that had protected Saltychikha's crimes for years. Yet the noblewoman stubbornly tried to escape punishment, relying on her status and powerful connections. In October 1768, Darya Saltykova was brought to Moscow's Red Square. She was chained to a pillar, with a sign hung around her neck: torturer and murderess, a shame that would be remembered forever. However, Empress Catherine II commuted the death sentence to life imprisonment in the dungeons of the Ivanovsky convent, without light or human contact, with only a candle during meals. Saltychikha spent 11 years in the dark. Later, she was moved to a cell with a window, by then, a mere shadow of her former self. She spat at visitors and cursed them, waving a stick through the bars. She died on December 9, 1801, in solitude and obscurity, surrounded by the horrors of her own past. Her story remains a grim reminder: even the most powerful must answer to the law. If you found this story compelling, give it a like and subscribe for more true tales from history's darkest corners. Thank you for watching.